Hey everybody, welcome back for part 2 of episode 46. Moving on to spinning and other fibery related items, since we basically wrapped up what was on my needles at the end of last segment. Put my coffee over there so it doesn't end up with fiber bits in it. I am still working on the Crown Mountain Farms blue suede shoes. This was the first third, bobbin 1, that I showed you last week. Let me get Beatrice up here, hang on. There's the second third so far. I have this much pre-drafted roving and this much undrafted roving left of the second third, and then I'll be able to get to the third bit. So it's coming along. I actually might sit down and spin tonight. I'm feeling the urge to spin. Earlier I was spinning at Whole Foods and I actually ended up with a cramp because of how the bee is set up. Oh shoot, I forgot to start my timer. Sorry. Because of how the bee is set up, the treadles, rather than going up and down like this, they actually rock. It's a rocker. I know I've showed you guys that before. But it goes side to side, and it goes high enough that the muscle behind my shin, which I can't remember the name of. I know, that's awful. I'm in healthcare. I should know this, but I don't remember it. The muscle right behind your shin that, yeah, it was getting a workout from treadling in this awkward position, and I actually haven't spun in a while, so I got a major cramp. I actually had to stop. I was going ow, ow, ow at Whole Foods and had to stop and rest it for a minute, stretch it out. But I got a good chunk done on that at Whole Foods. And the other thing I've been working on, it's definitely going to come out of light fingering, I'd say, judging by how thin I'm getting it spun this time, thanks to the bee. Yay! The other thing I got to work on this last weekend while my parents were down here was my fleece that I got last year at Estes from a CVM Rommeldale ewe lamb named Millie. I know I've talked about her before. Since Dad was coming down, he loves to run my drum carter. He loves to crank it, so to run the crank on the drum carter. So I was trying to flick card as many locks as I could, and he came down and saw the bit that I had done, and I said, well, if you want to flick card, and he really didn't want to, but I showed him how, and when I came back from Beauty and the Beast, he had done a huge pile of, flick carded a huge pile of locks, and we did a bunch of drum carding before they left on Sunday. Let me show you everything we have drum carded thus far. All of this. I don't have a weight on it yet. It's only made one pass through the drum carder. I really need to go back in, because there's definitely, this last bit that we did has some darker bits in it compared to this light stuff up here. So I need to go through and strip the bats, mix them all up again, and send them through at least one more time, maybe two, not sure. However, and here's the big however, for all of this and how much it looks like, it's like, you think, yeah, that's a whole sheep, isn't it? Oh no. All of these locks still need to be flick carded and drum carded. I got a lot of work ahead of me, so this is probably going to be part of my tour de fleece. If I don't get to spinning, I at least need to flick card some locks. Because this goes down a ways. I mean, I do have, can you see the stash of toilet paper rolls at the bottom? That's to wind my singles off onto, because obviously I don't have that many bobbins. But I still have a ways to go. You wouldn't think a 3 3/4 pound unwashed fleece would have so much fluff to it, but don't ask me what I'm going to do with the 5-pound unwashed fleece that I just bought. Get all this off the floor so Phoebe doesn't have at it. But the bats are coming out so soft and so fluffy. I'm very, very excited. I've been looking at what I'm going to do with all this gorgeousness when I'm done with it. And something that came to me was, well, obviously, as much as I have, I want to do a sweater. I really want to do a sweater. Something, and the gray is beautiful. I don't want to dye it. I want a nice neutral gray sweater. And it's got this lovely heathering through it thanks to the different colors of the locks. So the one sweater I'm really leaning toward is the traveling sweater by A. Karen Alfke. It's available through Blue Moon. There's also links to it through Ravelry. I think the pattern's like $6.50, and it's just a 2x2 rib sweater. It's kind of like a swing coat almost, but it has a really deep fold back shawl type collar that you can either wear up, almost like a hood, but it's not a hood, or wear it flipped out and it can either hang in the front or be closed. It just looks like a really good, versatile sweater. And it's actually designed to be knit in Blue Moon Fiber Arts Wubu, which is their, I think it's their merino bamboo base. I think I'll link to it. But I think I'm going to have enough of this that it would be just a really lovely, lovely sweater out of just wool. So I'm really, really leaning toward that. If anyone else has any suggestions of what they think this would look good as, please leave a note on Ravelry, or leave a note on the show notes blog, or drop me a PM on Ravelry as well, anywhere. But that's really the one I'm leaning toward, but I could be swayed another way if anyone has anything else. And let's see, I need a drink here. Wow. Speaking of spinning, though, 200 Fleece, if you're planning on participating, starts July 3rd and goes through the 25th, so that will be starting this weekend. Obviously, I'm still probably going to be spinning the blue suede shoes, and I'll just keep moving on. And my goal, like I said before, is just to spin a little bit, or when I'm going to amend that, or do something spinning related, like flick carding more locks of Millie's fleece every day. That's going to be my goal. Because the days I work, honestly, if I can come home and just flick card a handful of fleece before I go to bed, that would be my big accomplishment for the day. Let's see, the other thing that's coming up, that long range planning here, is Sock Summit 2011. It's going to be at the end of July. I forgot to write down the exact date, so sorry. But something you can do is start, if you're considering going out to Portland, considering coming to Sock Summit and seeing how awesome it is, because the last one was amazing. Start saving now. I have a jar that, actually like a lidded jar that says Yarn Fund on it that I got at the Des Moines Metro Knitters Knit In this year. It was part of the swag bag, but you can use anything. Tupperware container. Heck, envelope in your sock drawer. I don't care. Something. And I've just started tucking cash in it every couple of weeks. I'll put a 10 or a 20 or something in it, and that's going to be my Sock Summit fund. It's not all going to be for spending. No, it's going to help with my plane ticket. It's going to help with the hotel. It's going to help with everything. And I'll be sure, like I've been doing for Spring Fling, like I did for Estes, I'll be sure to record while I'm out there. Maybe get some interviews with people, see who I can snag who's not scared to be on camera. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I really think that's it. I don't really have much else to tell you guys. Oh, I need to get back to doing some spinning and pop in some more Doctor Who so I can pass along the Doctor Who series specials from David Tennant's tenure in the Who universe onto one of the girls at my knitting group. So I will see you guys next week, and until then, happy knitting.